Hello, I'm JustHitSquare, and welcome back to another gameplay video of The Division. In this video, I will be showing you my 6-piece classified Deadeye gear set. Now, this is not really one of my favorite gear sets to actually have, but, for the sake of showing it off, I felt like, I'll just collect it, do my best that I can do with it, because somebody else out there may love sniping. I'm not one of those guys, but you guys may. Now this is going to be a skill-based build. Most builds that I build are skill-based because I want to be able to have a lot of health coming back to me. I want to be able to push damage out other than just my bullets. And if I can push damage out more with my bullets from my skills, then it's also good. So think about it. You can be a glass cannon and get hit by one bullet, one or two bullets get owned, or you can kill people quick, but if you can't back it up, then what's the point? You got to have the heals. Alright, now people can do whatever they want to. This is simply just my thoughts and things on this build. Build it the way you want, but if you like my build, then that'd be awesome. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. And my abilities, first and foremost, I went with Recon Pulse, and then I've got a 34.4% critical hit damage off of that, and cooldown is 18.3 seconds. Now you're probably asking me, why did you pick Recon? Why didn't you go over here and pick Tactical like everybody and their fucking mother on this game picks? It's simple. Look, you got 60 meters on the Tactical scanner, 38.10% critical hit damage, and 26.8 seconds on cooldown. The critical hit damage is what matters on the Deadeye build. Well, I'm missing about 3.7%, but my cooldowns are 18.3 compared to 26.8, and my range is 80 meters compared to 60 meters. So that's why it's smarter. Think about it. Alright, and we also got first aid. I picked booster shot with 122,330 heal points, and it cooled down every 24.4 seconds. I like this because I take less damage and I can push out more damage. So I believe you have all damage resilience of 7.5% added to you by this, so that makes sense that you would gain 7.5% damage output. But then again, I may be wrong. Alright, we also got the recovery link. And we have triage, heal an ally with a skill to reduce skill cooldowns by 15%. I do pick something most of the time in my talents that does help my teams out. So I want my skills cooldown even more. Spray on the floor, tell them where it's at, let them run over it, you heal them, boom. Reduce your skill cooldowns by 15%. Alright, so we go over here and we've got steady hands. Enter any cover to reduce recoil by 25% for 10 seconds. Okay, so with Deadeye, in order to get the 100% critical hit chance, you have to be in cover and zoomed, and I do mean zoomed, and I prefer a 12x scope or even higher. It's always better. And if you don't zoom, then you get a 50% chance, as far as I know. I will be going over that here in a moment. But a 100% chance guaranteed you're going to hit a crit. So if I'm in cover, I'm going to actually reduce my recoil by 25% for 10 seconds. If I want to be able to get that back, I believe I can go off of cover for at least 3 to 5 seconds. I think it's around 3 seconds. Go back on cover and get this again. Also, we got headshot a hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds. The reason why I picked this is because the 6-piece has a benefit to hitting headshots. And we never had that before, but we do now. Also, I've got one is none. Headshot a hostile to have a 50% chance of not consuming the bullet. And the reason being is because more bullets equal more damage, less reloads. Alright, so let's go over here and I will go across the top. Primary firepower. Okay, we'll just... I don't remember that. But anyways, primary DPS is 148,264. And of course the secondary will be more because this will be a first wave M1A compared to a M44, so custom M44. And we got 256,658 toughness, and skill power is 234,688. That's raw skill power, boys and girls. So that's what enables me to have the heal I have, and partially helps on the cooldowns. Alright, now we'll go across the bottom. Firearms is 4141, stamina is 4327, electronics is 7511, and we're going to go over to my character, and with the M44, I got 161% critical hit damage and 159% headshot damage, and we can see that stability is plus 2%, range is 62 meters. I don't believe that is correct, isn't it? We'll go ahead and make sure once more. That is correct. 62 meters of range. And yes, the 80 meters is not really taking effect. You're not getting a full benefit out of it, but I feel like I'm getting it back quicker. So I kind of feel like if I'm in the team, it's going to help as well. Reload is 2.74. And we're going to go over here and do see damage to elites is 38%. Enemy armor damage is 6%. My threat is 49% reduced. And my skill haste is 37%. So skill power is 234,688 with 37% skill haste. So that's how I'm getting my skills cooldown, and as potent as they are. My survivability is 175,996 health. With armor is 31.78%. And we can go on down here and we can see that I really don't have anything other than disruptor shock resistance, which isn't that great. So we'll go back over and I'll be talking about my guns. Now I'll go ahead and put this gun on and show you what it can do. It's 145% critical hit damage and 108% headshot damage, and that's pretty much really all you need to know about that. So the reason why I picked an M44 and a first wave M1A is simple. Short distances I will pick my M1A, long distances I will pick the M44. So let's go in here and start showing you a little bit about it. The M44 is 107k a bullet, and it's got talents of ferocious, deadly. That's where my extra critical hit damage is coming from on this gun compared to the M1A, and competent. And the magazines are 27% reload speed, 9% magazine size, 4% critical hit damage. We got a scope that is 12x, 17% headshot damage, 2.5% critical hit chance, and 4% critical hit damage. We've got a large muzzle that's SR7 per suppressor, 19% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, 4.5% optimal range, and 49% reduced threat. We've got an underbarrel that is 19% critical hit damage, 4.5% reload speed, and 2.5% stability. Now the reason these mods was mainly picked is because I was doing my best to get the most critical hit damage and stability and reload all together. So that's why they was picked. Now on a first wave M1A, it's 171% headshot damage, which really doesn't matter with Deadeye. It's got 51.1k a bullet, and you can see right here that I've got 6 in a mag. I could have more when I was in the M44. Plus the RPMs, I could have them higher, but I chose to go lower RPMs, and actually the original RPMs, and stick with just 6 in the mag because, like I said, I was trying to get my critical hit damage the most possible. Alright, so this is the first wave M1A, and its RPMs is 316. The mag is 21. So it's got ferocious, competent, and harmful on it, and the mag is 119%. Critical hit damage 4%, 5.4 rate of fire. The mag or the scope will be 16.5% headshot damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 4% critical hit damage. The suppressor was 18% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 3% critical hit chance, and 41% reduced threat. And the underbarrel is the small grip is a 19% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 2.5% stability. So now you pretty much know what all the mods is, and so on and so forth. So if you look at this right here, okay, when I pulse, I'm going to have 34.4% critical hit damage applied to me, to my guns, okay? That's 18.3 seconds it cool down. It cools down during that time. So 34.4, just remember that, compared to 161, that's 195.4% critical hit damage for my M44, and for my M1A that will be 179.5, I believe, or 4. So that is a ton of critical hit damage. You know, when you're doing Deadeye, you want to make the most of the critical hit damage. That's what matters. Because if you're in cover, you're guaranteed 100% critical hit chance. So you want that critical hit damage to be as high as possible. And anything else that can boost your damage in the process will even help even more. So now we'll go to my gear. Alright, so we got a Deadeye chest plate, 1884 armor, 1920 electronics, attributes of 7% skill haste, 6% enemy armor damage, and 54% ammo capacity. And our mods are 264 electronics, 3% skill haste, 264 electronics with 3% skill haste. We'll go down and we do got our Deadeye mask, 1392 firearms, 468 electronics, 9358 skill power, 12% damage to elites, and also we have a electronics mod of 263 and 3% skill haste. Now we'll go to the knee pads. 1636 armor, 1393 stamina, 466 electronics, 9% critical hit damage, 33% shot resistance, 33% disrupt resistance, and 16% damage to elites. And we have a 261 electronics mod with 3% skill haste and a performance mod of 2% pulse critical hit damage. Now in our backpack, we've got a Deadeye backpack with 1215 armor, 467 stamina, 1349 electronics, 9% critical hit damage, and 56% ammo capacity. And our mods are 262 stamina, 3% skill haste, and 2% pulse critical hit damage. I got 2 of those for my performance mods. Then we'll go to the gloves, a 945 armor Deadeye gloves with 1372 electronics, 17% critical hit damage, 4646 marksman rifle damage, and 8% skill haste. We got a 992 Deadeye holster, 1394 firearms, 1317 stamina, and 1401 electronics with 7% skill haste. And we got a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod in that as well. Now you can see where all of my critical hit damage is coming from. Mostly I tried my best to get these mods, and I've got the max of those. So I think I'm missing 1%. And then I could have the max critical hit damage possible that I know of. Now maybe I'm wrong, but as far as the skill I have and everything else. So other than that, guys, I guess it's time to show you a little bit of it. Now we can show you right here without zooming. We're going to go with the hardest hitting one I've got. So if you didn't zoom, well, let's don't zoom, let's just do headshots. 275, 920, critical at 474, body shot 106, 533. Let's try to get us a crit out of this. Well, you know what? There's really no point, because that is not what this build's all about. Let's just show you, before we get into the rest of this, showing you the damage, I'm going to actually show you what that I can do and tell you. 2 pieces is 40% initial bullet stability. 3 pieces is 20% marksman rifle critical hit damage. 4 pieces is when zoom, marksman rifles lose headshot bonus but gain 50% critical hit strike chance when out of cover, and 100% critical hit or critical strike chance when in cover. That has been changed. When 1.7 came through, they changed that, because used to be it didn't matter. As long as you was zoomed, you'd guaranteed a 100% critical hit chance. Now you have to be in cover to actually get it guaranteed. Alright, and 5 pieces, 40% initial bullet stability, 20% marksman rifle critical hit damage. So right there, you're having 40% critical hit damage on your marksman rifle. 6 pieces, when zoom, getting a headshot kill with marksman rifles will increase critical hit damage by 20% every second to a maximum of 100%, and will increase the stability by 100%, last for 10 seconds or until no longer zoom. So if you can hit 5 headshots, you can get 20% up to a maximum of 100%, 5 headshots in a row. If you can get those, you can have that kind of critical hit damage in a 10-second time frame. Honestly, it's ridiculous, okay, to get that kind of damage. But if you could, with mine, it'd be over 290 something percent critical hit damage. So you imagine how much damage that can do. Even if you get 1 headshot, you know, you're getting more, you're getting 20% more. So most of the time I could get over 200% easily. Alright, so now we'll show you. We want to be in cover when we do this, and I'm not, you know, the steady hands, I'm not really going to show that. Say you're zoomed just straight out. It don't matter if you hit a body 278.51 or the headshot, you're still getting the same percentage, because you're guaranteed 100% critical hit damage, body or headshot. Now that's with the M44. Now with a lightweight or not lightweight, but with the M1A, you're getting 125, 124 headshot or body, same thing. Alright, now that's without anything activated. So you're like, well, that ain't that good, you know, you're not hitting that hard. Well, 304, 468, well, that was a fluke, but 278.51. Alright, so that would be a base damage without any kind of increase off of the gun. That's pretty damn good, considering how much skill power I have and how fast my heals and my skills come back. So I'd love to see people be able to match this. Honestly, the damage I can output with kind of skills that helps me like they do. But hey, you guys may have a better build than I do. I'm not saying that you don't. Alright, so what we're going to do is pulse and hit booster, zoom. I'm hitting 393,000 with that, and 164,000. So that's base, okay? That's with both of my skills activated. Almost 400k, but here's the thing. That will be on a body, and 160 something k will be on the body or head just as well. With the M1A will do the lowest damage, but that's a body when zoomed with both skills popped. Okay? That's pretty good damage considering how fast you can fire the M1A. Look at this. M1A. Now, M44. And it reloads pretty good too. So the thing about it is that that's what kind of damage you're getting when, you know, you got both skills pop. Now that's on any enemies, guaranteed. Okay, body shot, you don't have to worry about a headshot. If you want more damage, then you're going to hit the headshot, because it's going to, that 6 pieces is going to increase your damage. And I'm trying to show you what base damage can do with my skills pop. So here's another thing. I've got damage to elites and enemy armor damage on my build as well. So let's see on a elite what kind of damage I can put with an M44. Maybe it'll be pretty good. With this kind of skills, let's see what we can do. This is on elite. So 519, 555,000, and that is actually on a body. If you hit a headshot, it'd even be more. So everything had to kick in a little bit more, but you can do over a 500,000 body shot when you do both of your skills, and that's actually with everything that I have with this build. So considering how fast everything comes back, how potent it is, I don't really see a lot of people being able to match what I can output and get back in the process. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If it was very helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And guys, if you do subscribe, click that little bell over there and click on notifications so you never miss another one of my videos. Other than that, guys, this has been JustHitSquare, and this has been Classified Dead-Eye Gear Set Build. See you next time.